Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and here we have my final video of the week using the Nail Team glitter of the week, the Jubilee Stacker. This video I have got a little bit of a coronation party design going on, so to see how I've created this one, please keep watching. So I'm working on Danny, my Elena hand for this design. The gem stiletto tips have been applied and then I've just snipped off the tip. From the Gems acrylic range in this set I will be using Crystal Clear and also Angel White, two of the core powders. I have also got the beautiful Red Hope, and for our blue I am using Victoria from the Taste the Rainbow collection, and then finally I will be using the red and the blue glitter from the Jubilee Stacker. This is very much a red, white and blue set, so I think this is perfect for the coronation, also for St George's Day which happens to be today, or this is also a design you could do for 4th of July if you are American. But before we get into the fun stuff and the acrylic design, I'm gonna go in and do the acrylic thin clear base. If you are working on actual client and real nails, you will have done all of your cuticle prep and prepped the natural nail before doing this and then in with the clear acrylic, but Danny didn't need that. She's easy, just a thin clear base, away we go. So I am doing some colour blocking in this design, and I chose to do it on two nails because I thought I'd make it easy for me. So I am starting off on the index finger and I am doing my first colour block using white, using Angel White. I have applied this at the cuticle. I've made sure I've tucked it in so it's nice and neat, and then I've just pulled the rest of the bead down roughly to where I want that block to finish and where I'm going to create my wall of this first block. I had a little bit of dirt, a little bit of hair in this bead. With white, it shows out so much that I desperately had to get rid of it. So I created some dips and divots in it, which meant I had to go in with a little bit more acrylic. I didn't drain enough liquid out of this bead. I always prefer to use Angel White, slightly wetter, but I got there in the end. I did a better job on the pinky. I also did it on the angle opposite to the angle I'd normally do with a colour block. I don't know what was going on in my head when I was doing this design. Anyway, I've applied that bead. I was happy with where it was. It had set enough that I could go in with my craft knife, cut away that excess white acrylic and really straighten up that line. I know I've said it plenty of times, but I think it is important. If you are not confident using a knife on an actual person, don't. You can shape the line with your brush and then file it nice and straight. You can use string or dental or cotton or dental floss to get the same effect. Don't use a sharp knife if you're not confident. I'm going to leave that bead to fully set, and I wasn't fully happy with it, so I did go in and add a touch and file it slightly before I went in with the next bead. I've just done a little strip of white on the middle finger and just blended it back either side, just in the middle of the nail. And now I'm going on to the ring finger, where I thought I'd not done enough blocking in this design. Let's do a reverse smile line. Now normally I would do my reverse smile line using one of my core acrylics, so Pinky Pink, Peach Peach, Rose Bella, one of those, but I was sticking to my red, white and blue in this design, so I'm doing it in Angel White. Exactly the same to how you would do colour blocking. Drain out a lot of the liquid so that the bead doesn't sort of go blur and spread on the nail. Place that bead where I want the smile line, blend it back to the cuticle so that I can blend the next bead into it, and then I use sort of the side of the brush to shape the smile line. Make sure I've got a nice wall, an even wall all the way round to take the next colour up to. I am going to encapsulate this nail bed in clear acrylic, which is going to give me my apex, but it'll also allow me to add a little bit more height if I needed it. I just wanted to get the basic shape and the sort of coverage of the nail bed in with Angel White. Let that set, and then I will encapsulate. And don't worry if your smile line is not perfect, that's what your file's for. Now I'm doing my white block on the pinky. Exactly the same how I did it on the first nail, except I drained out a little bit more liquid, which meant I didn't have quite so much work to do because it wasn't spreading everywhere. Patting it down, using the side and belly of the brush to make sure that line is nice and neat and I've got a wall. And once that acrylic has semi-set, you want it to be slightly set, not fully set, otherwise you won't get the knife through. I'm just going to cut away the excess, make sure I've got a nice straight line. I wasn't happy, so I just cut away a little bit more, and then we're going to leave that to fully set. I'm not worried too much about apex or structure with these because I will just fully encapsulate at the end, which is what I have been doing with my colour blocks recently. But you can build up the apex and the structure with your beads if you prefer. If you're using a design powder or a glitter, then you will need to do that with clear acrylic. Now I'm encapsulating that white reverse smile line bit in crystal clear. This is where I'm getting my apex in place, so I've got all the structure in this bead, and I can also even out that smile line wall if I need to, make sure it's got enough height, but also that it's even all the way round. Then I will let that set, and I will then just file it just to neaten it up, even it out before I add the tip colour. Wasn't happy, so just added a little touch more where my apex should be, and then we're going to move on. Whew, I feel like I've done a lot in 7 minutes. So I've no idea what I'm doing next, so let's find out. Let's watch. I am right, so I've got Hope and Victoria now, and I'm going to do some marbling on the middle finger, and I'm just going to do my marbling either side of the white, so you're going to have like a white band in the middle. So I've applied a little bit of white first at the cuticle just to get colour at the cuticle so I don't have to sort of marble right up to it, and then little wet beads of either colour. Take the tip of the brush just through to get that marble effect, and then I'm just swiping around to tidy up the cuticle line. Got in with a little touch more because I wasn't fully happy with it, and this I found was a bit fiddly because I was doing a very small area of marble. So instead of just doing my 2 beads and marbling between them, I did go back and just do 1 bead and just sort of shape that to where I wanted it. I just had a little bit of a play around. It didn't have to be perfect marble. Marbles don't have to be, that's the whole point of them. I just wanted a little bit of the red and the blue mixed together, but not mixed together because that would make it purple. And then I've just blended it down slightly, so I've got a nice soft line going to the white, and then I'm going to do the same the other side of the white at the tip. So just 2 colours, and then just blend my take my tip of the brush into them and just sort of go swish swish swish. You don't need to go right down, just very gently into the tip of the beads, just to marble them together. And then where I wasn't happy, I just picked up teeny tiny amounts of each colour and just took that in. Yeah, that white band in the middle does look a little bit weird, but I had a plan, don't worry, and I quite liked how it turned out. I have filed my smile line off camera so I could take the tip out, And now I'm going in first with Victoria on one side of the nail. I'm going to get that right up into the wings, so you can see I am swiping the brush over the top of where that white is and bringing the colour right up into the wings, and then I'm just painting it down to the very tip. I want full coverage, but I'm painting it because I'm going to add a little touch of glitter as well, and I didn't want to file any of that away or make it too thick. Oh, flipping heck, Helen. I know it's Saturday today where I'm voicing over. I know it's the weekend, but you still talk properly. And then on the other side of the nail, I am going to do exactly the same, but with Hope, and I'm sort of going to ombre them together in the middle, so that it's not two lines, they just sort of, we have a nice blend in the middle. So again, getting right up into the wings and then just painting right down to the very tip. I'm going to go back and add a touch more of Victoria in a moment. Oh look, now actually. Again, making sure I'm just painting this on, and then I will add some glitter in a moment. I am trying to do all of the coloured acrylic part of the design, and then I will do all of the acrylic, all of the glitter. So you sort of don't end up with glitter mixed in where you don't want it. So just adding a little touch more where I felt it wasn't quite right, and I'm just pushing it down where it was coming up the wall where it's a bit uneven, and I thought I was going to end up with too much thickness where I added the glitter. And now basically I'm faffing. Got to do a little bit of faffing. If it is a Helen or Cinder Helly Nails video, there's got to be some faffing. Moving back to my colour block nails now, and I'm going in with this beautiful, beautiful blue glitter from the stacker. It is stunning and it is so sparkly. And I'm going to do my next block. So I've started off with a smaller bead so I can place that right up to the line of the first block. Make sure I've got nice full coverage, and then I'm just adding more, bringing it down the nail, using the tip of the brush just to move it around, and then using the side of the brush to straighten up, wipe away, so I've got a nice neat line, and then just adding a little bit more until I've got a thickness of the block that I'm happy with. And you can see there I just wiped down. That's helping me to straighten up the line, but also to get rid of any glitter that was on parts of the nail I didn't want it. And now I'm doing exactly the same on the pinky. I'm trying not to get any glitter on the white block. Don't worry if you do, just go over it with a sort of a 180 or even a 240 grit file before you encapsulate, just to get rid of any glitter where you don't want it. But working neat and wiping it off as you go does help. And here you can see just tapping the glitter down to get that line where I want it, and then just swiping away, just neatening it up. Now I've picked up a mix of both colours, so I've just picked up some clear acrylic and then dipped in one, dipped in the other, so I've got a mix of the glitter, and I'm adding it in where that white band is. I don't want to fully cover the white because I still want to see some, but I'm just doing a little bit of a swooshy whoosh with glitter in the middle of the nail. I just had this idea. I didn't want to marble the three colours together. I wanted to do something a little bit different. I quite liked it personally. It might not be to everyone's taste, but it's a bit different and I quite liked it. And I did like mixing the two glitters together. So now you can see I'm swooshing it up one side to the cuticle. I'm just wiping it to thin it slightly because I didn't want a super thick. I wanted the thickness in the middle, and then I wanted to sort of thin it out as I came to either end. And then exactly the same on the other side of the nail coming down, or the other side of the swoosh coming down, and we're going to leave that to set. And now on my little reverse smile line and tip, again I've double dipped, so into the blue, into the red, and I've just applied this right around that smile line, just making sure I don't get any glitter on the white part. That will file away if need be because that white part is done. I've got all the structure, I've got everything, so anything on there will file away when encapsulated. The thickness is how I need it, how I want it, but just wipe it away if need be. And then I just feathered it out sort of halfway down the tip. Now I'm encapsulating that blue block on both the nails. I'm just bringing it sort of to the same height as the white block, making sure I've got that nice wall, shaping it with the brush. But again, I will then just trim away the excess to neaten it up. You want to make sure you trim it in line with the blue glitter, otherwise you're going to have a sort of a little line of nothing, of clearness. And then once these two blocks are all done and set, we can do the final block on the nail, which is using the red acrylic. No, it's not, it's using the red glitter. So here I'm just trimming away the excess, making sure it is fully in line with that blue glitter. Do the same on the pinky, which I'd let drip slightly. You can see I've taken it back a bit over top of the glitter. That's fine because I'll cover that blue glitter with red glitter, but there's not going to be any lines of clear. And now going in with the red glitter as the final block, and we're just going to paint this on to the very tip of the nail, and do this on the ring finger, on the pinky too. I've done the ring finger. Oh, Helen, stop talking. So the acrylic and the glitter design is all done. I now need to encapsulate the rest of these nails, so encapsulate the tip on the smile line and then fully encapsulate the rest of the nails, or just add a little bit more clear where I need to build the apex and the structure. I'm then going to file these nails to a nice coffin shape, refine the surface, and here they are, all freshly filed, ready to finish off. I love them. I absolutely love how this one turned out. I know it's not just what I think of them, but I really love this one. So I've given them all a really good clean over, getting rid of any dust and fluff, and now I'm going to apply a charm on my smile line nail. So I've picked out one of the gold crown charms that I got that had the red crystals because I thought that would tie in quite nicely. I've just added a little blob of Felicity Flex to stick that down with, and now I'm just going to flash cure it before putting it in the lamp for a full 60-second cure. By flash curing it in place, it's not going to slide out of place when I move the hand into the lamp. It's now been fully cured in the lamp for 60 seconds, and now it's time for the crowning glory of any set, and that is Miss Tina Top, or Her Majesty Tina Top. So I'm just going to top coat all of these nails, really wake them up, show off how beautiful all of those glitters are. I'm going to top coat right around the crown, make sure I cover any Felicity Flex that is uncovered, because Felicity is tacky and I want to cover that with my tack-free top coat. I'm just going to get a little detailer brush so I can just blob it in those little spaces in the crown to make sure the Felicity Flex in there is fully covered as well. Otherwise it is just going to attract dust and dirt because it's tacky. Once I felt that was all fully top coated, also by top coating right up and around the crown, it's just going to add a little extra security for keeping that in place. Gonna pop in the lamp for a 60-second cure, and my coronation party design is done. I personally think I left the best till last this week. I absolutely love this design. I think it is such a fun, it is a very British design, but you could, as I said, very much use it for 4th of July. But I would love to know what you guys think of this one, so please let me know down below, and of course give this video a thumbs up, and if you've not already, click subscribe. This is the final design of the week using the Nail Team Glitters of the Week. There will be a new one from tomorrow, so be sure to check back then, either here or on my Instagram, to find out exactly what they are. And also check out my Instagram, because I've got more designs on there using this week's colour of the week. I will pop all the product links in the description box. Don't forget, when shopping at the Nail Team, you can get Helen 5 off all full price products. The glitter and the colour of the week is not included because they are already reduced. The Jubilee Stacker, this is the last day you can get it for £10. Tomorrow it will go back up to full price when we have a new glitter of the week. So if you are tempted by this stacker, now is the time to get it. Although when it does go back to full price, you can use Helen 5 to still get a few pennies off. That is it for me today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the weekend. I look forward to seeing you all next week when we'll have a new glitter and colour of the week. But for today and this week, that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! Mwah!